Pontus Holmberg. I don't know if you remember him from training camp. He had a really good training camp. I believe a former 6th-round pick, and they're going to insert him into the lineup. But the thing I don't get is it's going to be at the expense, it seems, of Nick Robertson. Like, what's going on here, Rosie?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused by that, man. It seemed like he was stapled to the bench their last game in Anaheim.
Yeah.
And, so many other guys who you're just dying to get benched don't seem to get, their shifts and their ice time backed off at all. But Nick Robertson did. I was watching the game and I didn't see anything that stood out to me that was something that would be worthy of getting yanked out of the lineup or benched. But, obviously he wants to shake things up, and that's all you really can do to an extent when you're playing the way the Maple Leafs have been playing lately is just try to mix the lineup up as good as you can. And I was often, saw the effects of that, where if we lose a game or something like that, you need to mix something up. It's going to be me. It's going to be the guy that's kind of expendable. Whether you had a good game or not, it's kind of irrelevant. You just need to yank someone out. And, maybe Keefe is a guy that just is really, seniority based and just took the youngest guy with the least experience out of the lineup just because he can. And, it's not really necessarily based on merit, but I didn't think I saw anything that would warrant that. Did you, when you were watching the last game?
No. I just think, quite frankly, it's perplexing. A team that's struggling and starving to find offense takes out an offensive player in favor of Pierre Engvall, in favor of Zach Aston-Reese. I think Dennis Malgin, I understand why he's in there, scored a pretty one the other night, but he's very one-dimensional. To me, it doesn't make sense from that avenue, where I think Robertson's clearly an upgrade over what you have in that bottom six, and yet he's like the whipping boy early on in the season. And again, I'm not a coach by any stretch, but I haven't seen anything significant to suggest this guy is not ready to play in the NHL at the very least, even if it's in a bottom six look, right? I just don't understand what Engvall, what Aston-Reese pretty much have been bringing to the table the first 10 games of the season, because I haven't seen much. Have you?
Yeah, I agree, man. I've been quite frustrated with both of them. I don't think either of them have really done anything. Maybe Engvall's chipped in a goal here or there, and that's great.
Yeah.
But aside from that, your overall play has been nil. I mean, especially from 12 there. Like, I don't really know what he brings to a fourth line. Like, we all know what a fourth line is supposed to do. And I just don't see him having a strength in any of those factors that you want to have out of your fourth line. So I'm confused. I like, some of that youth and some of that exuberance and some of that offensive power. So to yank it out of the lineup in lieu of some of these guys is surprising.